Do you think I can do a double crack? It's gonna be embarrassing. I can't. I broke one. But were you impressed?
Helping dinners with a fresh new take. Recipes that will make your headache. Let's make something special. It's 4 p.m. Time to make dinner again. Time to make dinner again.
Around the world, there are dishes that people make all the time just to use up leftovers. Dumplings, fried rice, a frittata. A frittata is an Italian baked egg pie, and honestly, anything can go into a frittata. You can use wrinkly vegetables, you could use leftovers, pasta, bread, lamb rogan josh. That just came to me. Anything can go into a frittata. This is not staged. These are legit leftovers. So I've got leftovers from a brunch skillet. These are potatoes, peppers, and sausage, cheese, essential. Do you think this is enough for one frittata? So any raw meat like sausage is gonna have to be cooked before you add the egg. And any fresh vegetables like tomatoes, onions, mushrooms, peppers, kale, you wanna cook those first so that the extra moisture cooks off and it's not released into the egg. You don't want your frittata to be watery. I'm gonna fire up my skillet. A little bit of oil. This is just canola oil. Any vegetable oil will work. So I think I'm gonna use this, onions, peppers, sausage, and potatoes. Doesn't need to be pre-cooked, but my kale and my tomatoes will. The quantities don't really matter that much. You wanna aim for about 2 eggs per half cup or cup of cooked filling. Just enough to sort of bind it all together. But if it's more egg heavy, that's okay. And if it's more filling heavy, that's okay too. Once vegetables release their moisture, then they're able to start browning, because browning can't happen in the presence of moisture. So if the salt will help them release some of their moisture. And then once that moisture cooks off, they'll start to brown and you'll get more flavor. Fresh pepper. You could put garlic in here if you like, or roasted garlic would be great. And I'm gonna add some of these roasted vegetables and sausage. That is a good quantity of stuff for your frittata. So for the egg part, you want, I don't know, like an egg or 2 per person, depending on your appetite. About a tablespoon of cream or milk or even water per egg. And that's gonna create a little bit of steam and make sure your frittata isn't too dense. 6 eggs, about 1/3 cup of cream. You can free pour it. Usually when I do a scrambled egg, I crack an egg into a bowl and then I use half the shell and fill that with water, and that's about enough per egg. And some salt, a little bit. Whisk them up. Make sure you have a big enough bowl that it doesn't sloosh all over the place. And at this point, you could add fresh herbs. You could add some roasted garlic. You should add cheese, because cheese and eggs are best friends. All cheese goes well with eggs, and you don't have to worry about measuring it. I'm gonna pour the egg over top. We've got nice brown bits. And let it cook a little bit and set on the bottom, and then I'm gonna finish it in the oven. If you wanna put it on broil, you can. Be careful if you have torn jeans that you don't burn yourself on the oven door. Ta-da! Don't you feel proud of yourself when you make something as impressive looking as a frittata using leftovers from your fridge? And once you have leftover frittata, you could chop up this frittata and put it in fried rice, recycle it again. As long as you have eggs, you've got a frittata. Another dinner down. If you make a big one, you don't have to cook tomorrow night. Unless you eat it all.